Hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, Virgos, let's take a little peek at Virgo's love life 2026. We are almost there. So let's take a peek. Ooh, here we go. We have Prince of Pentacles. We have 10 of Wands, Hierophant, and the Four of Swords. Virgo, there are some things that have been slowly but surely taking shape in Virgo's life for a long time. First and foremost, Virgo is most likely moving on from some concept that they had. I don't know if Virgo was like either sure that like one particular person had to be it, and now they're like, actually, the world is my dating pool. I could meet somebody from any walk of life. There is no, I wonder if Virgo's mindset has slowly like uh, changed to include, honestly, almost anybody could become Virgo's great love, and they know that now. When we travel on our journey through life, we gain wisdom, we gain life experience, and we start to look at the world differently. The world gets broader. There's more to choose from. And I think that's what's happened with Virgo is the more they've lived life, the more experiences they've had, their world has actually gotten broader, not smaller. So this could be a year where, and I do think Virgo could be traveling somewhere this year. They could meet like 10 different people, all of which could be awesome people. It doesn't mean Virgo will date all 10, but let's say Virgo meets a lot of different people from different cultures, all of whom are like, wow, these are amazing human beings. I forget, if I had my sights set on one person once upon a time, that might not be who I was ever going to end up with, because look at how many people are out there. This is a specific message for a Virgo who is not tied to the concept that it has to be this one particular person that they end up with. They are particularly in this next year going to be discovering that there's a lot of different people that are incredible. And I think this is the year that, because of all the different influx of individuals that will pop into Virgo's life, that is going to be where Virgo starts to really finish healing from something in their past. And they're going to realize, oh my God, I just needed to get like the blockage out of my way of thinking in a smaller mindset. I could be with almost anyone that could be my right person. And this is the year that I've broadened my view, which means this is the year I am most likely going to meet my person. It's probably not who Virgo used to be thinking it was going to be, because it does feel like we have a Virgo who is pretty like one-tracked mind about somebody. 5 of Cups, 4 of Cups, and replacing with the 9 of Cups. Virgo, I think, held space for somebody for a really long time that wasn't there, wasn't giving to Virgo. And this is Virgo's like the year that their mind totally shifts. And it's like, wait a second, somebody that wasn't there for me, wasn't giving me what I wanted, that was giving me zero joy. They weren't contributing to my life. That was an illusion that if only they'd come back, or if only I could be with that one person, then somehow it would make me happy. No, they proved that they didn't make me happy. Oh my God, I'm now happy recognizing that. So we have this Virgo totally changing concepts about around love in 2026. What is creating this? What is the change? Princess of Wands, Virgo could literally have a moment of clarity that comes in from the universe. And that this could be almost anything. This could be possibly Virgo will meet somebody who is just like, wow, they totally have eclipsed the memory that I had of that one person that I thought I was really drawn to. Honestly, this other person is so much better. It could be a moment of stark like attraction that Virgo has for somebody brand new, and that's the moment that they have that epiphany that, wait a minute, why was I only thinking that somebody from my past? And we have to talk about the past for a second, because that's what Virgo is recognizing they're done with. Virgo's heart gets reactivated in 2026, and they're free from the messages of the past. Anytime I see, the mummy's sarcophagi, I'm definitely going to say it's past stuff, but Virgo's free of it. Virgo's genuinely healed. Their heart is their own again. They're not still secretly hung up on the past. And it could happen in a singular moment where Virgo is suddenly attracted to somebody new. And it's like, this eclipses the attraction that I had for that ex. Oh my God, I didn't even know I could feel like this again. I'm thinking it could be a moment like that, but it's also like such a gift from the universe. Virgo, prepare to be dazzled and delighted. Tell me more, because I'm thinking that this is going to be somebody else that Virgo's like, holy moly, I didn't know that person even existed. I didn't know somebody was that hot. We have the strength card sideways, strong Leo. I think Virgo's going to be like, I don't know if they look fantastic in, bikini or what, but I think Virgo's like going to feel really like body confident. So somebody might look at Virgo with this very like obvious appreciation. This could be somebody, you notice how we have these two lizards running side by side. This could be somebody that Virgo and this person are going to have a shared moment of like, wow, that is a very attractive person, and there's going to be like some kind of fire between Virgo and this individual. This is a Two of Wands, which is normally, which choice do I want to make, which direction do I want to go. Virgo and another person could confidently choose to walk side by side. That could make Virgo feel like, wow, they just made me feel so confident that this is a person who wants me, I want them. I didn't even know I could feel like this. With the Princess of Discs as the Page of Pentacles, I'm ready to start building something new. I didn't realize this is the new chapter of my life. I could end up with a totally different person, and there are many, many attractive people out there. Okay, tell me about, because I do think that Virgo is open to, like either meeting a lot of people from different cultures, or that will just naturally happen in this next year. Virgo could find themselves around a more international group. This could be sheer happenstance, or this could be, Virgo chooses to go and, take trips to bigger cities where there's lots more, culture or something, or travels or something. Or it could just be that Virgo, I feel like Virgo is coming back into the social scene a little bit, interacting with more people. And that's what, if you really want to think about it, there's so many billions of people on this planet that we won't even get a chance to meet that are going to be amazing, right? But if we get hung up on one person who, by the way, isn't even in our lives, and we insist the one person that's not present must be the one for us, we would cheat ourselves out of all those other amazing people that we could meet. And that's the turnaround for Virgo. Virgo is opening back up to the idea that, oh my God, it could be one of any of these great people. But let's focus a little bit on whomever, because I do feel like there's whomever the fellow lizard is, the person that Virgo might have some very like powerful, attractive force with. Six of Wands, Emperor, holy smokes, Three of Swords. They could be someone who similarly has recently healed. They see Virgo as so powerful, so gorgeous, fantastic jewelry, by the way. Absolutely like somebody who takes their breath away. And this is really lovely because they're an emperor. And I know this is a Three of Swords, but if you notice, we actually have four swords here, which would be they're healed as well. This is an emperor who they have a lot to offer. I don't know that this is just like Virgo instantly meets the right person right out of the gate, or if Virgo first has to have like an awareness that, there's a lot of great people on this planet. I could meet anybody from anywhere around the world. And as Virgo's thought processes open up like that, that's where they come across this emperor. And I do feel like it has got to be some serious heat between the two of them. It starts out with probably a lot of mutual respect and interest. And I just say that because an emperor looking at Virgo and seeing Virgo as a Six of Wands is going to be someone who's like, wow, who is this amazing Virgo? And they will be looking at Virgo with a respectful emperor's vision as well. They may have a beard. They could be wearing like maybe a hoodie or something. I know this is more like a robe, but it's the way it's wrapped around his shoulders. It almost looks like it could be a hoodie. I mean, maybe this is somebody who's working out at the gym and they've got a towel like tossed over. This could be somebody who does boxing. This could be somebody who's, just in some other capacity, busy working or something. I'm also picturing, I know it's not like we have a motorcycle helmet on, but that's what popped into my head. 10 of Swords, 5 of Coins. In an instant, they are realizing there's this kindred spirit. This Virgo knows what it's like to have things fall apart also. They can spot it. They can see Virgo's triumphant spirit, but they can also see there's no reason that this amazing Virgo would be solo and standing proudly on their own 2 feet, handling their own life like a boss, unless they didn't have anybody to lean on. I almost feel like they're going to either encounter Virgo at a time where Virgo could be doing something that normally, if you, and this is not to, talk about it in gender terms, but let's just give a scenario as a stereotype because it's very familiar. Let's say Virgo is feminine and she's changing a tire by the side of the road. And this emperor is like, whoa, where's your husband or your boyfriend or, somebody to do that for you? How is it that you're just doing this by yourself? This is not to belittle or say women can't change tires, but let's just say he's immediately like, first off, so full of respect. Like, I can't believe you just handle it yourself. You clearly didn't think you had somebody else to call or didn't even cross your mind to call anybody because you're used to being that self-reliant. He immediately recognizes the signs or symbols of when somebody's just used to taking care of their own stuff and they don't fuss about it and they don't cry about it. It's like, you got used to that, which means somebody hasn't been there for you. And I would say, I'm just using that as like an example because, and there's millions of examples we could use that would probably be less gender related, right? But I'm using a stereotype because stereotypes are useful in the sense that they instantly give us a reference point. Whether you agree with them or not doesn't really matter. This is a fictional story, but I'm just going to use that as a simple, like, he instantly sees this incredible, like, self-reliance, and there's this huge sense of respect. But at the same time, it's like, you didn't have somebody to call and do this and help you. That's like an emperor is immediately going to be like, yeah, I respect it, but I don't want you to have to be doing that by yourself. Like, damn, that's somebody I would like to be, like making my empress. Wow. 2 of Cups, Queen of Coins. He immediately sees the worth, the value. This is our Virgo all day. This is somebody he sees and resonates with immediately. And it is probably because there is an essence of personal empowerment, but he can read the situation. Look, an emperor is astute. He's going to be able to read the room really well. He's going to be able to infer a lot. When he sees this Virgo, he's going to say, I know this Virgo's got a raw deal. I'm positive. I can tell this Virgo's been hurt before. This Virgo is used to standing on their own 2 feet. This Virgo handles their own business. This Virgo, and they're confident in themselves. They're nobody's victim, but I see a Virgo that deserved a damn sight more than what they got. This is an amazing Virgo. Like, that's the way he comes across looking at this Virgo. And I think he knows a thing or two about this because he had his own, wounds that he had to heal from. Look, I'm not saying at all as somebody who's like, oh, let me whisk away this poor wounded Virgo and I'll heal them. No. He sees Virgo as his equal. He sees Virgo as, this is the kind of person I've wanted to meet. I think Virgo had to be open to this mentally, emotionally, knowing that their true partner could be somebody totally different than who they used to think their partner was going to be. Virgo had to want to meet someone other than their ex before Virgo was going to be able to meet somebody new. And that's what it looks like is coming in 2026. Are there any other thought-provoking messages, universe, anything for Virgo to maybe be mindful of in the realm of love? 9 of Swords. 9 of Swords is like, it's a good year to not carry a bunch of stress surrounding the topic of love. Most stresses are, like worries that something will happen again when we have no evidence of that, or a lot of things that we worry about never come to pass. So it's a year to like not have sleepless nights. 10 of Swords. If Virgo has any fear that because of the precedence that's been set, where Virgo felt left out in the cold before, felt like they loved somebody and then that person didn't stay with them, that is a fear to conquer in 2026 because you're dealing with an emperor. This is not a year to push anybody away that's treating you like $1 million, Virgo. We got the Star card. It's a year to completely heal and realize that not everyone's going to leave you or hurt you. Those are the people that aren't really our people. Those are the ones that, leave us or hurt us are the ones that blissfully, if we could think of it this way, they exited and left us so that they didn't keep taking our time. Now, I know, how do we put a happy spin on something that hurts? All I can say is I don't get to pick the cards, but that's a message that goes along with this. And Virgo has so much better up ahead, but it's definitely a year to heal from this idea or this fear that, yeah, but what if I fall for somebody and then they don't stick around? Virgo, I don't know. I don't know if Virgo's ever dealt with an emperor before. My guess is that Virgo hasn't. And that's probably why they don't have a reference point for what a stable connection really looks like with a trustworthy person who knows himself really well. See, that's going to be the big spin on this. Virgo's going to meet somebody who knows himself and knows what he is, like absolutely admiring and appreciating in Virgo. Yeah, Four of Cups. All of this is about like the biggest message for Virgo in 2026 from the universe in regards to love is fears of a repetitious cycle. That has to be the thing that Virgo gets over, because otherwise that illusion is going to stay with them and they're never going to feel really safe, secure, and genuinely wanted in a connection. But Virgo's going to be rocking with an emperor this year. So they got to stop worrying about, but what if this person hurts me like the one did in the past? And it just says, Virgo, this emperor is like salivating over this amazing Virgo. They see the first thing that they have for Virgo is the sense of respect. Like that's somebody who likes what Virgo is. And then they see the real Virgo. They see the giver. They see the hard worker. They see Virgo as their other half because they think Virgo has been through some of the same stuff they've been through. I feel like the only obstacle here is if Virgo actually accidentally sabotages their own happiness in 2026. And this is the gentle reminder not to do that. All right, I'm going to leave this here. Virgos, thanks so much for hanging with me. I'll see you guys again soon. I hope everybody's had a great holiday. All right, bye for right now.